most of these projects. For most of these projects, you're entering 5, 10, 20 times higher than what the VCs got in at. Now, let's go over some of the tweets here that I had. So, in crypto, there's what you call a tax token. So, a tax token is where you pay money when you buy and sell. So, if you sell the coin, it costs you 5%. It's good because it means you want to buy but then not sell. I guess it's bad because you make less money because, let's say you 10x your money, you still have to pay a 5% fee. Let's say you put in 10 grand, now it's 100k. 5% fee is 5k, right? Which is pretty high. So this, taxes are an interesting thing it's an interesting part of tokenomics that some projects have experimented with. Not necessarily long-term sustainable, but it's a cool idea. And you can see the price action that a coin has when it has the tax. You can see that very, very little selling, and it just tends to have smaller retracements, and it just tends to have a more calm price action. Okay? People who worry about 5-year inflation of a token when the trend will only last 10 days. So, it's a funny tweet, and it's really true. If you're planning to hold a token for 6 to 12 months, the long-term tokenomics don't really matter. Oh, the tokenomics aren't sustainable. I can't buy this coin. Blah, 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 blah. No one gives a fuck. You're not holding it that long anyway. And also, I don't think you can really hold altcoins for 5 years plus because there's no tokenomics that are really proven besides Bitcoin and maybe Ethereum, right? That's like the only two. Maybe, I guess you could argue Link sort of, but, even Link, it's gone down against Bitcoin for years and years. So, you can't really hold this shit long term. You can hold Bitcoin long term, but nothing else. Maybe Ethereum, but nothing else has proven itself. And so the reason I would look at tokenomics is to determine whether something is able to have a narrative form around it. So, is this tokenomics going to build a narrative that makes people want to buy? Will this convince people to buy, right? The tokenomics don't need to be good, they just need to be perceived as good to the holder. Okay? And another thing is, you can time entries understanding tokenomics, because if there's a big supply unlock coming, maybe you don't want to buy until after the unlocks come out, because maybe the token goes down in price. Or maybe, like Solana, the unlock event marks the bottom, and that's actually when you would want to buy on the unlock event. Now, something to keep in mind is 100% of Bitcoin miners sell roughly all of the coins they mine. So if Bitcoin's inflation is 4% a year, the miners sell the 4% a year. So it's 4% being sold onto the market every year. And that has an impact on the flows. And that is, with the tokenomics, it's interesting because every 4 years we get a halving, so that 4% that miners sell is now 2%. So there's half the selling pressure. There's billions of dollars less that gets sold. And so when you're looking at tokenomics, the halvening is a really interesting example of the tokenomics, because every 4 years the inflation rate goes in half. And so this is just to give you a little bit of a case study in a tweet of how an example of tokenomics that you can look at. And so when you're looking at the mining of any of these other blockchains, you should probably consider that most of the supply that's mined is going to be sold onto the market, because at least for Bitcoin that's the case. Now, I want to give you a case study. I think we're going to talk about this in a second, actually. I want to give you a case study of a really bad tokenomics project, but I'll get into that in a second. Now, just to summarize, I think I mentioned this before, but all holders are affiliates. So if you hold a token, you make money by convincing someone else to buy or waiting for someone else to buy. So if you're an affiliate, you make money by convincing someone to buy something, right? Same sort of concept, okay? And as a retail investor, someone who doesn't get the pre-sales, you can't invest into the venture capitalist rounds, generally speaking. As a retail investor, you want your entry price to be as close to the lowest affiliate's entry price as possible. So in this game of affiliates, which is like a Ponzi scheme, there's 5 people who bring in 50, who bring in 500, which bring in 5,000. The smaller that chunk of people you can get in at, the better the price you're getting in at, and the more upside that there is because you're in earlier. I told you this was going to be a lot of depth. So let's talk about some good tokenomics. So Bitcoin, why does it have good tokenomics? Well, this is for holders, by the way. Good tokenomics depends who you ask. We're talking about holders. Fixed total supply. Known inflation curve going lower over time. No VCs. Just long-term holders. No insiders, except technically Satoshi, who's never sold anything. Right, this is the block subsidy, so the inflation, halving every 4 years. And the total amount of Bitcoin, you can see, going down and down over time. And fair launch, anyone can participate at the same price. OXO, another example. Fixed total supply, no pre-mine, no VCs, no token for teams, blah, blah, blah. Another good example, and you can see the token price. It just goes up. Up and up and up and up. Alright? It just goes up. It's up like 180x. That's an example of a good tokenomics. Now let's talk about bad tokenomics. Let's talk about the bad. For holders. For VCs, this was a fucking money printer. For holders, it's been a bit of a nightmare. But let's talk about Lido. So, where is it? Here we go. Lido's market cap since its launch has gone 350x. The market cap was 5 million down here, and it went to 1.7 billion. Now, the price is only up 12% from its $7.50 listing price. So how does a market cap of a coin go 350x, but the people who hold the coin don't make any money? Well, basically, if a coin goes from 5 million to a $2 billion market cap and the price stayed the same, it meant that the insiders made $1.7 billion selling this token, and the people who hold it made nothing. So let's do a little comparison of the market cap to the price. And you're going to see how fucking ridiculous this is. It's actually crazy. So this is the price. Back here it was $1, and now it's at $3. Market cap. Isn't that crazy? Market cap was 10 million, now it's 3 billion. Lido's up like 300x. Oh my god, it was at 5 million. Lido's up like 600x. Which is ridiculous. And the token's barely up 2 to 3x. It's actually crazy. And you can see here why that is. Well, for the first year, the tokenomics were good. Okay? So let's just compare this period here to, with price. So you can see that it's similar, okay? Actually, wait, hold up. That's 5th of January. 5th of January. So you can see that the price was moving roughly the same as the market cap, right? And then something happened. Around here, I think, was where's the first unlock? The first unlock was on January 2022. So around here. Okay, now let's compare from here onwards. January 2022. So you can see that the token price has been flat, and that's when the market cap started going up because all the tokens started getting unlocked, right? And now what's happened is, as of July 2023, roughly, there's no more tokens coming out. So all the tokens are out. Let's have a look at what the price did. So in July, that was near where the market bottomed. And now the market's been going up. The coin's actually going up again. So as soon as the VCs stop getting coins to dump, the token actually starts to, look like it's going to perform well. But regardless, this is a case study of bad tokenomics. The coin went up basically 600x. It made the VCs rich, but the holders didn't really make any money. And that's why you shouldn't have held LDO. Another example is optimism. Same concept. Let's look at optimism. My computer's going to die in a sec, so I'll try to make this quick. So you can see the price has been doing decent. It's still gone well, but the market cap has gone from 125 million to 4 billion. So it's gone up 40x, and the price has gone up from 40 cents to $4. So it's gone up 10x. So you can see that this is not as bad, but it's a similar sort of concept. The market cap went up way more than the price. Who benefits from a growing market cap? VCs. Who benefits from a growing price? Holders, like retail. Another bad example of tokenomics is SWI. So it has a 95% of its tokens locked. The highest in crypto. The next is Blur. And you can see how Blur's price action went. And Aptos. All these coins have performed really bad. So it's basically telling you what it means. So coins with a high amount of its supply locked can be equally good and bad. If you're a VC, it's great because it's easy to pump the price and you get to sell at the highest, FTV. If you're a holder, it's bad long term because, as you saw, all the VCs get unlocked. It's just a terrible experience. Okay? Now, something you need to keep in mind is that when a coin has a really high amount of locked supply like this, see, 1 billion available, 12 billion not, that's really bad because when you have a really small float, it's easy to make the coin really volatile because the coin is only, you can only buy and sell what's available. The locked coins can't be bought and sold. So for as long as they're locked, the only thing that matters is what coins are available. If you have one coin available to buy and there's 1,000 that aren't available, the value of this one coin is going to be way more than if, for example, there's 100 coins you can buy and 900 locked up. Okay? Because there's just simply not enough supply for the amount of demand. But if all of these coins are going to eventually come onto the market, the price volatility is significantly higher because you're going to get a way bigger pump because there's more coins locked, and you're going to get a way bigger dump because they've all got to become unlocked. Okay? And if we do a comparison of two new Layer 1 coins, SWI and C, they're very similar projects. They have launched at a similar time. You can see the price action is sort of similar, but C has simply better tokenomics than SWI. Now, C might be a better project than SWI, but just as a, next to each other case study, you can see that SWI went up 250% and C went up 750%. So it's just simple, and it's at way past its all-time high, right? So you can see that C has shit tokenomics and it didn't go up much, and C has better tokenomics and it went up a lot. So it's just a purely face-by-face case study, face-to-face case study, C did better job, okay? So this is just to show you again that you can make money on any coin, but if you want to make the most money, then you got to, analyze tokenomics. Now, I think we covered all the points here. Let me just double check everything. Yep, that looks good. Cool, that's everything, guys. Longer video, I know, but thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.